Hello everyone, Mark Barrett here from Expat Tax Advice. Trying to do a quick video for you just simply on dealing with the taxation as you're leaving the UK. Now obviously if you're going to leave the UK, you're going to emigrate, you've got so much to do with finding accommodation, visas, everything else for all the countries you're going to visit. Great. Please sort out your tax in the UK and you need to get this sorted out well in advance of your expected departure date. So I'm going to run you through the options and the process you have to think about. The starting point is that the UK taxes you on your worldwide income in any year in which you are a tax resident. I know that sounds a little shocking. You can be out of the country but still be taxed in the UK. So you have to go through a process which is known as the Statutory Residence Test, the SRT. Now, this will establish the date that, according to the government, you're out of the UK. Now, obviously, you think it's the date you jump on an aeroplane. Might not be. It depends on various factors within the SRT. So once you've done that, you will now have your departure date for when you leave the UK. We've still got to deal with the tax. So now we have to move on to a second piece of work, which is called the split year treatment. SYT. Now, the split year treatment, in effect, seeks to break the year into two parts, apart from the 6th of April to the departure date as per the SRT test, and then the date from when you've landed and after the SRT, and until the end of the year, 5th of April. And they said, well, the first part of the year is a UK year, the second part is not, and the UK will not be taxing you on the second part. So SRT to establish the date, SYT to establish can you split the year into two, therefore you will only pay tax on your UK resident portion of time. Okay, let's imagine we've gone through all of those parts. That's excellent. Now, you might be due a tax refund for the money you've earned in the UK prior to your departure abroad. So how do we get that? Well, if you're involved in self-assessment already, so you have to file a tax return, we will record that departure date and SYT result on the tax return. You can file the tax return quickly and get your tax rebate. If you're not already registered for self-assessment, then we complete the form called a P85 for you. Now, we've got you now having established your tax position in the UK and you've departed. If you have income from the UK, such as property that you rent out, that will still be taxed in the UK. Now, you'll have to go through a process of registering as a non-resident landlord. There is another video on that topic, so I won't go into that now. If you're interested, you'll look onto the YouTube channel or onto the website and you'll see that. When you register as a non-resident landlord, you will have to produce an account and file a tax return in the UK under self-assessment and pay any taxes in the UK. That's okay because you still get your personal allowance. So the first 12,570 this year, obviously we hope it increases in future years as well, is tax-free. If the property is held in two names, then the profit is split between you, and you may well get your property income tax-free, or certainly a portion of it tax-free. Okay, now you've got to file a tax return into the country in which you've emigrated to. You will have to declare your UK income, property income, for example, in that country, but you will not be taxed twice on that money because you will now state that you are paying tax in the UK on that income. Your accountants, let's assume that's us, provide you with a statement that says this is the tax you've paid, and that is then registered in your destination country. So that was a super quick run through. As you might imagine, there's lots of detail here, but just as a quick run through as to what the process is for sorting your taxes out before you leave the UK, I hope that's been helpful. If it is, and you want to have further contact with us and perhaps get our professional support, our contact details are at the end of this video. And I wish you great success with your move abroad, and hopefully we can help you make sure that your taxes are not a painful exercise. Thanks now. Bye.